Salutations viewers, my name is Game Dame, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. We've been, well not me, but me, I have been wanting to play this game for quite some time now, just based on the fact that I've heard so many good reviews about it, how funny it is, and I've been wanting for a good funny game, especially since all the horror games will be coming up and playing soon. I was going to play Until Dawn, but I was running into some trouble with my Elgato game capture, so then I tried looking up to see if there was any sort of connection I could use that goes straight from the PS4 to my PC, and there is, but it wasn't exactly working. It could not find my PS4. Holy cow, this is a long load. There we go. So, I will try to get some Until Dawn gameplay sometime this week or next week, but keep in mind my finals starting next week, so this is like pre-finals week, so I'll probably be working my butt off. Never fear, though.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Employee number 427.
427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of
That
every
sucks.
month of every year.
That sucks. That's such a terrible job.
Considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Until
And then
today.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete
He probably
isolation.
stinks.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Well,
But as he
not
came to
until
his
I
wits
started
and
playing.
regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I heard that this game actually is like a narrative game, so you do what the guy tells you to do, or you can like not do what the guy tells you to do. Curious to see Stanley around everywhere. Man, no one really is here.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I just did it 20 times. You bastard. How could you do this to me? What am I doing now? What you gonna tell me to do, man? Am I just going around in circles? This is a closet. You are a closet. I am a closet. We are all closets in a big closet world. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Did I just shut the door? Shit. Did I just break the game? I just broke it. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. Oh god, okay, so I think I broke the game at that point.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What meeting room? Oh, so the game did break a little bit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But
Or
eager
not.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Where am I? What are we doing now?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, shit.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone
Good
thinks
job,
you are very
Stanley.
powerful.
I'm the greatest Stanley ever.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All right, fine. We'll go to the
Stanley
actual
decided to go to the meeting
conference
room. Perhaps
or
he had
meeting
simply
room.
missed a memo.
Perhaps I simply just missed a memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I will follow the directions this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for
Feeling a
not
wave of
getting fired.
disbelief,
Talk less.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. Bevel or something. This will ensure... Oh. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Can we see? Alright, I'm done here. Broom closet. Yes!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But what do you mean there's nothing here? It's the broom closet. I love the broom closet. I'm gonna try to defy
Coming to
you
a
so much.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, we're going downstairs. Looks like someone homeless lived here. My goal in this game is to
But
make a...
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Is it looping
His
now?
boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? It didn't make any logical sense.
No, it
And as
didn't.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
You're
Why
right.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
They
No,
are
Stanley said to
repeating.
himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm
What?
dreaming! He yelled.
I'm
This is all a
dreaming.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
No,
And he thought
you're
to
the
himself,
crazy.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
What
he
the
imagined
heck?
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
What?
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then
Drugs.
perhaps the
That's
strangest
exactly what-
question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he
So,
thought it
my
all
head,
went
I'm going
on,
insane, you
and wondered
guys. This
if
is exactly
voice
what's
spoke to
happening.
all
I'm going
people in
completely
their
insane.
dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
It's a
Was
dream within a
Stanley
dream
simply deceiving
inception.
himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
This voice in my head starting to
After
annoy
all,
me.
He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain
This
all
guy's
that?
going on a
This
huge
voice
rant.
was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
A dream within a
So he
dream within a
closed his
dream.
eyes gently.
Dreamception.
And he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Drugs. He's being
Let me
drugs
wake
with
up,
chloroform.
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
No, that's
My
boring.
life is
Explore your
normal.
life.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope. Still in the same place, good old Stanley.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
What did
someone
we
tell
get
me
ourselves
I'm
into?
real.
Oh, God,
I must
everything's
be
going
real.
pink.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I?
Can anyone hear me?
And everything went black.
Whoa, what? What is going on?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
Why- I
dressed,
thought this was called
gathered
the
her
Stanley
belongings,
Parable.
and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh my
And although
gosh.
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that
No, they
moment,
don't.
she
Crazy people
thought to
come in all
herself how
shapes,
lucky
sorts, and
she
sizes.
was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
What do you mean? You don't know what's real and what isn't.
And
Everything
in a
could be a
certain
figment
way,
of your
seeing this man
imagination.
made her feel
You could be in
better.
a dream right now.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And
Just
then she
contemplating
turned
life.
around.
What? That was one hell of a story. Jesus Christ. I guess I
All
have
his
to...
co-workers were gone.
Okay, now we're back to the regular
Stanley
story.
decided to go to
Okay,
the
I will
meeting.
listen to him
Perhaps
this
he had
time.
simply missed
I
the moment.
promise I will listen to him.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I
he
died
entered
already.
The door on his left.
Went crazy comfortably myself and died again. And then,
Yet there was not a
now I'm
single person
finally
here either.
being able to follow the
Feeling a wave
storyline.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Walking up the now we're listening. Whoa. Executive bathroom. But his boss wasn't there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What
The
he
fact
could
that
not
I have a
have known
voice in my
was that
head
the
telling me what to
keypad
do.
behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it
7.
an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But
2.
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
I was
happened
able to
input
figure
the
it out.
correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh, you know it.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, holy cow, it is over here. But hey, okay, so welcome to the Stanley Parable. That was probably one of the weirdest intros I've ever played to a game. But hey, I'm very excited to see what's going to be happening next. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.